The musher is the alpha pack leader, and they, they're looking back, and they kind of go on. The musher's up and ready, and and an optimist. They're optimistic.
If I'm sitting back there all miserable and tired and just not doing too good, and I'm like, good dogs, they're just like, yeah, whatever. But if I'm really happy and I'm truly, having a good time, and I say good dogs, you can feel their pace quicken.
If I stay upbeat, I manage my emotions, I manage my psychological states. If I get frustrated or I get stressed, my ability to manage those within myself are going to determine to a great extent how my team is going to perform.
We're all on equal ground. I don't treat any dog any different than the other. We're a team, and I don't try to show any of them any special. They don't need a team captain. I'm the team captain.
These dogs weigh 45 to 55 pounds. They're called Alaskan huskies. Most of the people associate with like Siberian huskies, which are beautiful dogs, but they're a little slower than these dogs. There's a lot of Siberian huskies that go down the trail and they do quite well, but they are a little slower than these Alaskan huskies. These are the optimum dogs for athletes.
These are marathon runners. We typically run 50 to 60 miles, 6 hours, 7 hours, depending on the trail. Rest 6, 7 hours, do another 50 to 60 miles. Although now the way the race is going, sometimes we're going 80 to 100 miles.
Their best operating temperatures as far as moving on the trail and everything is below zero. It's rare you see a dog shiver. Those dogs are usually dehydrated or maybe thin. Those dogs need to not go down the trail. They have the type of hair coat that specifically through time has evolved, and their metabolism that really cold temperatures doesn't bother them. Their nutrition varies quite a bit from like your house pet. These dogs, especially in very cold weather, and maybe doing 100 miles a day, they're eating 800 to 12,000 calories a day. That's a lot of calories.
Well, this right here's got some lamb and fish heads, red salmon heads, diced up real nice. A little bit of vitamins and minerals, and then of course the kibble. Oh, the trail's been absolutely beautiful. The weather, I guess, couldn't be much better, if at all. So yeah, I think it's been ideal. It's almost scary to think that it's going to be a smooth, flawless kind of weather here. In my opinion, it's as fast as I've been in, and that's only my third one. How's she doing?
Well, she's got ginger in the bag. The dog isn't working that hard, and she said it's got some bloody diarrhea. And the team's just been running slow. I was hoping maybe she was camping out there and she was just going to pick up some gear and keep going here, but she says she wants to stay 5-6 hours. So that's going to put her right at the back of the pack. She should have been here. What time is it now anyway?
Quarter after 12.
Yeah. 3 hours ago probably would have been good if she would have been here 3 hours ago. So probably just some stress.
I guess I can't really.
You gonna be checking her with stethoscope and all that, or?
Yeah, I was gonna try to, but it's tough with her down in the bag like that.
I can get her out of there if you want.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Anything can happen on the trail. A female lead dog can go into heat. A virus can come in and affect a couple of dogs. An old injury from a training run or something like that can show up. And really, sometimes there's no way to predict how those things will happen.
Yeah, let's put her on some metronidazole.
Okay.
So.
This is I ran this dog last year too, and it was the same thing. She'd get to the squat and having to poo all the time.
Yeah, she's getting a colitis.
Just about every checkpoint, we're there. We answer questions about a particular dog. We often catch injuries that maybe they can work with. A real common one, for instance, is sprained wrist or sore wrist. They have special neoprene wraps that puts on it. It provides heat. They'll rub a liniment and then put the neoprene on there. And, you know, just a few hours, these dogs are feeling really good, and they're not lame anymore on that foot. Shoulders and stuff, we can find the sore spots, and they can spend a little time massaging them. And if they feel like going, then they take them to the next checkpoint. The next day these dogs look fine. I mean, they're dogs that they felt that they had to drop for because they were limping and they didn't want to. They'll sometimes bring them in a sled they have to bring the dogs back to into the checkpoints. These dogs often, they kind of hate to see their buddies leave town, and they're not going. But I can tell you, these dogs are smart. You have a lead dog that's made it to Nome, or they've made it to Whitehorse from Fairbanks. They've made that trip several times. They know every bend in the road. And sometimes they'll change the trail, and the dog's kind of looking like, well, we didn't go this way when we were here before, So they can kind of know when they've got bad ice, and they don't really want to go out on that section of the river. They're very smart dogs. I don't think we give as much credit as what they really have.
Stocking up. I carried an empty thermos this whole way so I could get here to fill it up. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. You can't have 40, 50 dogs in the backyard and financially not be a burden, So in order for those 40, 50 dogs to be in the backyard, you got to have a little bit of supplemental income, and that is either a job or make this your job and be as competitive and as possible. And that's what I've done. To me, this is my life now. People think I'm absolutely nuts when I go finish the Yukon Quest and I run the Iditarod. But it's real simple. I tell them the work is here when the work is here. There's no race in June, or I'd be racing it too.
Worst thing at 40 below, the worst thing I can do is get into a big warm sleeping bag, get in there, get warm, because then I'm shutting down. Usually we have about 4 hours sleep in a 24-hour period. 2 hours here and 12 hours later we have another 2 hours. So we're falling asleep a lot on the sled. You're getting sleep deprivation, and your ability to handle it is a major, major part of what we do out there. But when you lay down here and I wake up and my teeth are chattering and I'm shivering, that's like the cold coming and shaking me and saying, Frank, get up. You want to get warm, get moving, get that water going, melting that snow, get the boots on the dogs, get them fed up, and get the heck out of here. If you're afraid of the cold, you don't want to be out there. You're going to have to deal with your fears first.
And then there is the emotional side of it, and you're going to have a lot of days of really highs and really low lows. Some days are going to go very well, and then there's going to be 30 minutes that you're going to wish you were anywhere else on the planet.